It's the first week of July, and in West Islip that means lacrosse camp. Scott Craig, head coach of the high school boys team, is running the camp along with his assistant coaches and players from the high school team. Youth players from across the hamlet are given a unique opportunity to work with high school level coaches and players that have won numerous championships.
So this is our 25th year of the West Islip Lacrosse camp. The first year I think we had 28 kids. When we started it was just me and Bill Turry back then. We're now to the point that in our first week, which is this week, which is grades 3 through 7, we have about 170 kids here this week. Next week we run a camp with 8th graders through 10th graders. We'll bring some of the 7th graders that we excelled this week, we'll bring them back next week. And that camp will probably be about 100 kids or so. 95% of them or so are West Islip kids. There are a few kids from out of town, cousins and close friends and that stuff, of somebody from West Islip that brings a friend along type of deal. But the camp is run, basically it's grown, but it's run kind of the same as we've always run it. It's always been a camp that it's 3 hours long. It's about an hour of individual instruction, about a half hour of team instruction, and an hour and a half of game playing. So it's a little bit of developmental and a little bit of the kids having fun and being able to get up and down the field. The kids seem to love it a lot. The length of time of the camp being 3 hours, I think, is the real key to its success. A lot of times kids just get worn out if they come to a full day camp, and they don't like necessarily giving up the whole day. They want to be able to go swimming and do whatever in the afternoon. So it being a morning camp really works out well. I think the big thing is that the kids, when they join a Little League team, they move up with a Little League team in West Islip. So they have the same coaches for 3 or 4 years. I think getting exposed to a lot of different people, whether it be kids they watch on game day when they come to the high school games, or even the older coaches, different perspectives, I think helps from them learn from different people who have different ideas, and I think that's real positive. And I think they emulate a lot of the older kids, and some of the things they do, they try to emulate them, so they really like meeting the kids and knowing them on a personal basis. And you know as well as I do, when a 15 or 16-year-old kid is talking to a 10 or 11-year-old kid, he's going to have a different rapport than myself in my 50s is going to have with that same kid. So it adds a whole different dynamic to the teaching environment, and a lot of kids really embrace that. They start good relationship with it, and I love that my older kids are here giving back to younger kids, learning how to interact with those younger kids and have some empathy for them, and the nurturing aspect of them. It makes my guys more well-rounded, and I think it's a very, very positive experience, not only for the campers, but for the older players also.
The 2-week-long camp also provides a glimpse into the future of West Islip Lacrosse. In past years, some of the youngsters that have run the fields of the Manitowoc complex have gone on to stardom at the collegiate level.
Good job. Right down the pipe. Good.
To tell you the truth, most of my kids, like, you know, Drew Federico came to this camp from the time he was in 2nd grade. He's now here working the camp. My own son, Nicky Galasso, Andrew Hodgson, they all came from the time they were in 2nd or 3rd grade, you know, and ended up winning state championships and guys making All-Americans. Justin Turry, who's now working here and is, you know, All-American at Duke University, you know, he started coming to this camp when he was in 2nd grade. So just about every kid who has been a star in West Islip, because the camp is now 25 years old, has come through the camp. There's very, very few that haven't.
From Udall Road Middle School, this is Greg Sleater for Patch.com.